What is up everybody, my name is Tonny and I'm here with another Back 4 Blood video, and in this video we will be looking at the December 16th patch. And this patch actually delivers large amounts of bug fixes, content balance, as well as some new features to the game. So we're going to take a look at the patch notes here, and here we have the offline campaign with progression. Lots of players want to have solo play with progression. Well, guess what? You guys definitely have that. The new supply lines for the roving merchants, which is pretty much a time limited track, so I assume it's going to be like a 24-hour thing or 1 week thing. The new card types are not really that exciting. Just by looking at it, you guys can see that all we get is like cards for just safe rooms themselves. The holiday seasonal event looks pretty promising because we do get some seasonal cosmetics, and of course the exploits for the infinite offensive utility items as well as cards are being fixed as well. So the highlights for these types of patch notes would be that we get an additional 1 card draw to acts 2 and 3, which is pretty nice. Not to mention the movement speed or the player acceleration for PC players. We get a little bit of buff there. We also get a SWAT team title, which was not awarded for those that unlocked that. So I did have a bunch of SWAT outfits, or should I say all of them. Now speed running seems to be the meta for the Nightmare runs. Now I did play a game without speedrun at all, just pure straight scavenger deck, and it was successful in certain situations or throughout the entire run. But usually speedrunning, yeah, it's a little bit overpowered. Here we can see that they nerfed it to like, oh my god, like insane amount right now. So usually we don't speedrun, but we can kite. Not only do the speedrun cards are also changed or nerfed, but the combat cards are also being changed. Some nerfs here, some buffs here. The one thing that I absolutely want to highlight is the Marathon Runner. So the Marathon Runner card here is actually pretty good for kiting, which of course the developer noted that it's intent for kiting. The healing cards have been changed somewhat. There are some nerfs here, some buffs here. The one card I want to highlight would be the life insurance. Life reduced to 1, which was 2, but then they actually removed the copper loss, which is pretty nice. So I think just life insurance itself, and we reduce in-cab trauma by 50%. This card might be actually worth using. So the other cards that are not related to the ones I said, you can see the experience EMT has some changes there. And then you have other cards that have been reworked, which is what that means by refactored. So they've been reworked to the point where they can be a little bit different than what we used to use on these cards. The corrupted cards have also been changed. I think they're at a point where they're kind of nerfed a bit now. We cannot be able to have that fog and the hag be at the same time. Small balance updates related to weapons. The one thing I want to highlight on this is that the razor wire is now a quick slot item, no longer an offensive slot item. The difficulty changes were pretty much nerfed. So recruit, there was a recruit changes, but it was pretty much laughable, so I wouldn't actually want to go over that. But I want to go over the veteran a little bit here. So you guys can see that the sleepers no longer call hordes, which is pretty good for those that is actually learning the game. Because now they made veteran and nightmare a little bit easier. Veteran is pretty much like a recruit, and nightmare, well, it's pretty much a veteran. When it comes to the spawning of the riddens, it seems that they have limited the type given to 2, and then you also would have less tallboy spawning. So within the ridden AI updates, they did nerf the hag in terms of HP as well as the amount of damage taken when you hit the weak spot. Of course I cut it off here because it's just, well, it's only a little bit left. But when it comes to the rest of these changes, the hawkers, stingers will also got nerfed as well. Even though stinger's not shown here, it's like cut off again. But the hawker itself has been nerfed, as well as them being able to miss now. Tall boys have also been nerfed in terms of the radius, but the damage themselves will be the same. So let's say if you take 80 damage from nightmare, well, I'm sad to say that it is still the same. But that also means that we can actually try and dodge the tall boys now. And you also have the swarm PvP updates here. And that is about it for the highlights for the updates on December 16th. Now there are some bug fixes, like a huge amount of bug fixes. If you guys still want to read more of the content or the patch notes of this, I have in the link in the description all the stuff that has been updated or changed. If this video was a little bit informative for you guys, give it a like, subscribe to support my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, you guys, peace out.